Today's the day our van's going to start looking like a camper van. We've been waiting for about a week for a little gap in the weather to be able to do this. We need it dry and we need it fairly warm. For the last 2 weeks it's been raining, and for the next 2 weeks it's going to be freezing temperatures. Neither conditions are good for cutting big holes in the side of the van to install windows. I'm actually really scared about this. £20,000 van getting holes cut in the side, and it's the first time I've done windows. Although it is still very precarious out there, it's the best conditions we've had for weeks. We've got a break in the weather of around about 3 hours to get that board off there, cut the hole through the window. Same on this side here. We have to get these braces out, drill millions of holes around this line here, all the way around this van. It's an actual really big piece of glass. This side is an opening window, whereas this side is just a solid pane of glass. Top tip for you: don't buy your glass from all these mainstream retailers that do camper van glass. Go directly to their source. I found a place, Trade Glass UK, way cheaper. You can start to see the plan now. It's fairly straightforward. Normally you'd angle grind this line here and this line here to get it nice and straight. We don't have an angle grinder. We're going to get a drill and just drill loads of little holes all the way along that line there, all the way along that line there, all the way through there. We're going to start with a small drill bit, do it all the way around, then up it to a large drill bit. Then we've got a metal jigsaw bit, and we're just going to go around. The aim is we need to be able to crimp this piece of metalwork together with the outside panel through a rubber seal that goes all the way around. But we're actually going to be starting on the driver's side, solely because this is the opening window. This is the way we've unpacked the window. This one goes first. On top of fitting the windows in today, we've got a lot more other bits and bobs to do to the outside of this van to be able to make it look like a camper van. There is reason to it though. The thing is, I spent 8 months living inside a stealth camper and it looked like a van. I had 4 attempts of people trying to break in or steal my fuel, and I had 1 attempt where somebody smashed the side window to get my work bag that was sat on the driver's seat. So I don't want this to look like a work van as quickly as possible. I want to get that changed, hence this big job here. There's the first hole. The first hole's done. She's having an absolute meltdown. You can sort of get the gist of what we're doing then. Just holes all the way around, loads of holes around each individual corner, just so you've got the curve through the bridge support things. Just go straight through, and then when we go on the outside, we can just zip the jigsaw, it'll just zip straight the way through on the perfect line from the outside. But it's just started raining. I started a timer at the start of doing this, so stick in the comments how long you think this is going to take. The person who's got the closest answer at the quickest time, I'll send you something, hat or something, I don't know. How cool is this? It's so scary. I'm dying to see what the other side of the van looks like. At this point we decided to let Danielle have a go. Her face was an absolute picture. Top tip, if you're finding yourself, you want a relationship or anything, one of the top things you can have in a woman is, while you're hard at work drilling holes in the side of your van, find a woman who will go onto Facebook and try and find some free kitchen counters. She's measuring one that she just found now. With that done, we need a starting point for the jigsaw blade, and it can't be one of those holes because they're not big enough. So we've done a big hole there, and it's only an 8mm, and then we've got this step drill bit that'll go in there, and now the jigsaw blade can go in there and we can start there and just work our way around. That is in theory anyway. We'll see how it goes. There's the window, there's my start hole, there's my jigsaw with a metal blade on it. Let's go, shall we? We'll start just there, put it in the hole, and that went through like absolute butter. We've left that one piece up there. She's going to hold it inside while we run around the outside. We'll grab the jigsaw, stand on our makeshift wheel arch box, and are you ready, At? Yeah. Here we go. Now in theory, oh my god, we've got a window. How cool is that? So what we've just done is filed down all the rough edges all the way around, both inside and out. It's time to start preparing the metalwork. Now we're left with some residue all the way down the sides, and it needs to be a dry, clean surface. So we're going to give it a good dry and a good clean. A bit of fake hammerite all the way over the bare metal edges. Now it's time for the seal. We've got a U seal just like that, and it's got a seal already built inside it. Now it's got to go over the two trims together. So if we need to squish the trims together to be able to get it on, so be it. If we need to jam this open slightly, we can stick something in there and jam it open slightly, and we can just go from there. Top tip at this point is to, where you can look on the outside, you can see any potential high spots, just grab your crimps and move it in, because inside that rail is little bits of metal, and no matter what you do here, it just crimps it nice and safe, so it just keeps it that little bit more secure. So we offered the window up to the hole. Danielle went up, drew a hole round, so now we know where to prime and where to stick it. It's time to get the glass wipe all this panel down, degrease it basically, and do the body work. We've got the primer just there. We've just got to shake it up for 30 seconds. You know, men have got good muscle memory doing this. We put it around the trim and then around the top edge of that line, and that's where the sealant's going to go. This ideally needs to be done in one smooth motion. We've got the silicone that comes with it, with the nozzle already there. That pre-makes the right amount of silicone that goes in there. So you just run that along, pumping it in. It is thick. If you can warm it up a little bit better, that's even better. Once you've got it on, go around bashing the corners in. I noticed a big rattle down here, so I dropped a little bit more sealant just in that bottom corner, just forced it in, gave it a clean afterwards, tape it up and hold it for about 20 minutes. I just do 20 minutes. Everywhere I said 10 minutes, I say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just to make it safe and secure, and then just leave the tape on overnight and it should be perfect. I'm well chuffed. I've actually done a thing. I'm well chuffed with that. And well, we'll see whether it leaks. We'll see whether it falls out when we get on the motorway, but obviously that's got to take some time to cure. Now it's going to start raining in around about 20 minutes, so the other window, that's going to wait until tomorrow. We have got the bed to chuck in and vinyls to chuck on too. Like I say, we want to make it look less like an actual van and more like a camper van. What better way to do it than tell people what it is? Fingers crossed it'll stop me getting broken into as much. I'm thinking one just there. Let's just see what it looks like when it's done. Oh, that one's not come on. Just reapply and gently try and pull. There we go. Oh, this is good. We've got a few bits that we need to sort of pop out. A bit like we've got a bit of a bubble there, which we've got to do. Let's see. Let's just see. So yeah, it's a camper now. It says it on the side, so it's got to be. We're going to be doing the other side slightly different, because that side was a ball ache. We've only drilled the corners just to let the jigsaw be able to actually do the corner, and the rest of it is just going to be a straight line between them the whole way across. It works really, really well. The only issue we had was it burnt out the jigsaw basically. The hole going across all the way across with no holes in it, it would just put extra strain on the jigsaw, and we ended up burning the jigsaw out. But we got it in. This side's just a solid pane of glass, whereas this side is an opening pane of glass. Yes, see, how cool is that? It's a bit stiff, but that'll loosen up over time. There is one problem that we've had. This is the next morning after we've done it. We want to take it for a drive to see if they're going to fall out. I'm well chuffed with that. They didn't fall out. They're both still in place really, really well. We do have one issue. We got out to this window this morning, and can you guess? Oh, we've got a droplet of water. All I'm saying is prepare yourselves for a video on how to fix leaky bonded windows. It started raining as we were installing that window, so I assume that's going to be the issue there. A few more days for both the windows to truly harden. I'm well chuffed they didn't fall out. That's like a massive achievement for me. I did a thing. Video, I think we're going to be doing some insulation, especially now the bed's in. What it looks like on the outside. There you go. That's the one side of it, and that's the other side. If you've not already done so, subscribe.